Mohandas Gandhi, more popularly known as Mahatma, meaning Great Soul, was the leader of the Indian nationalist movement against British rule and is considered to be the father of the Indian nation. Gandhi was born in 1869 in Porbandar in modern-day Gujarat, India, and at the time of his birth India had been under British control for 11 years. Gandhi was a mediocre student at school, but his family hoped that he would become a barrister in order to take over his father's position as a high official in Gandhi's home state. He travelled to London to study law at University College London in 1888, where he became interested in religious thought after meeting several members of the Theosophical Society. He returned to India in 1891 and attempted unsuccessfully to set up a law practice. He then moved to South Africa, where he took a job at a law firm in Durban, where he would spend the next 21 years of his life. Gandhi was awakened to the plight of Indians who faced racism and injustice in South Africa, and this led to him to begin to question the situation of his people in India, who lived under British rule. He continued to draw attention to the ill treatment of Indians in South Africa, and developed his methodology of satyagraha, or devotion to the truth, as a form of non-violent protest. Thousands of Indians joined his non-violent protests, and the harsh and brutal treatment of the Indian population led to a compromise between Gandhi and the South African government, who conceded to Gandhi's demands for better treatment for Indians. Gandhi returned to India in 1915 and became a leading Indian nationalist, taking leadership of Congress in 1920. On the 26th of January 1930, the Indian National Congress declared the independence of India from British rule.
Does not grant your demands, what course of action will you follow then?
Of course, civil disobedience and all other phases of Satyagraha are always at our disposal, but whether we shall resort to this weapon immediately or what other steps we shall take, I cannot judge at present.
If England grants your demands, Mr. Gandhi, do you intend to have complete prohibition in the new Indian state?
Oh, yes.
Absolute prohibition.
Absolute.
Although Britain refused to recognise this, and tensions increased until the end of the Second World War, Gandhi vehemently opposed India's participation in the war on moral grounds, and intensified his calls for independence in his famous Quit India speech. Quit India led to the arrests of thousands of freedom fighters and protesters, and also led to a huge increase in violence in the country, leading to Gandhi's arrest in 1942. He was released from prison, but during his incarceration the political scene had changed in India, and Britain gave the first indication that power would be handed back to India. The Viceroy's declaration of war on Germany in 1939, as well as the Muslim League of India's cooperation with Britain during Gandhi's imprisonment, led to the final independence from British rule under the Mountbatten Act, and also led to the newly separate Muslim state of Pakistan being formed in 1947. Around 12 million people moved across the new borders between the countries, and around 500,000 people were killed in riots despite Gandhi's attempts to keep the transition peaceful. Gandhi was assassinated on the 30th of January 1948.
From this darkness, a glimmer